Yeah, I've been cutting fence line through the brush here alongside the main road here for the full length of my property. And I got up to here now, and I'm going through stuff like that. This is the end of the wire here as far as I've gotten so far. This was all clear cut several years ago, and in 2004 I had a D8 come in here and push all the stumps out and strip it down to bare dirt. But with the falling apart of my marriage, I never got around to dragging and raking it and rolling it and seeding it into pasture, because life was hell after I found my wife cheating, and then she left in 2006 finally, and it's all grown up with little poplars and lots of grass on the ground on the other side of this hill. This goes straight up like a good 45 degrees up, and then down to the road. As you can see my truck way down there. I've probably got another 100 yards to go before I hit the neighbor's property line. I've come quite a ways down, probably a good quarter mile or better. And but my problem is I've been having nothing but trouble with power saws. Yeah, yesterday the rope pulled out of the recoil, first of all, and then I tried to wind it up, and then the spring broke. And then I fixed that, and then the fuel line broke. And I'm going to show you later a bill that I paid for a little piece of Husqvarna power saw line, fuel line, and a spring. Unbelievable. And you all know my story on my Husqvarna Rancher 460 that lasted all of 3 hours over a couple of years and blew up, and they wouldn't do nothing for it. 3 hours on it. Okay, I'll be back. You can see in this part of the bush here how the livestock have eaten all the undergrowth, the leaves off the brush, all through here, just like a park. And that's what it's going to look like on the roadside, because it's all grass in here. There's a creek in here, a creek right there that runs, so they got water down here. And see how they've cleaned it all out in here? And it's like that through the whole bush, except for that roadside hill that's not fenced off. Just an update on what the pigs have done in the last 4 or 5 days. Used to be like this, all the brush, and they've got that all tilled up all through here. Goes in a big L shape from up in the yard, down follows the driveway, and then it turns and it comes down here. And I got it all plowed up. It's pretty dry right now because it hasn't rained for a few days. I wanted to show you here. I cut these 3 poplar trees down the other day because they're getting pretty close to my hydro line up there, high voltage line, and see how the steers and heifers have just totally eaten the leaves off them in 2 days. That's how much they love the young poplar leaves. You know, they were thick leaves like that. They don't like the older poplar leaves. Like the old poplar, you cut a big poplar down, they don't like those, but they like them on these young ones. Like I was telling you earlier today about the prices for the parts. Like all I needed was the recoil spring in here. Just a little tiny spring, because that broke off the end of it. Off the recoil spring. It's underneath this whole spring is right there. You can see the one end hooks on right there. The other end hooks onto the drive. What it happens is this knot came undone and it spun out, so I took it apart to put the thing in, and I wound it back up again, and the second pull it spring broke. But look at this. The fuel line was rotted out. Well, first off, let me tell you that this is an old saw. I've had this saw since like 93, 94. I think the first year they made this saw. It's a 154 SE. And it's cut a couple hundred cords of wood, trouble free, other than the odd time this sort of deal. But I went to the dealer in Quebec, and they didn't have the spring in stock. But they had to order it. Let's see if I can get this to focus. Yeah, right there. So the spring was $18.99 for that little spring, and a little piece of fuel line, 6 inches long, 1/8 fuel line, $14.99. $14.99 for a piece of 6-inch, this black fuel line right here, and it goes into the tank. 1/8. Now I have 1/8 inch outboard fuel line, which is clear, but the outside diameter is about a 1/16 of an inch bigger, so it won't fit through that molded hole into the tank up in there. There's a molded hole that goes down in the fuel tank. I thought about drilling it out a little bit bigger, because I have a big coil, big spool of that. I have it in many different sizes for outboard motors. But I thought, oh hell, it's only a power cell line. It'll probably only be a couple of bucks for a couple of feet, because that's all it is for the marine fuel line that I used to sell. But $14.99 for that piece of fuel line. So since my Husqvarna 460 Rancher blew up after 3 hours of work over a couple of years, and I have to order a rebuild kit. So now I'm down to this for cutting the brush through the trail, and it's been tough going. Tough going. While I wait for a recoil spring to come in. First of all, they try to tell me that, oh, that's no longer available. I says, baloney. I said, there's got to be models, other models that it fits between trimmers or anything else. Well, I stood at the counter and I told them to dig for it while I wait. And it took them over an hour, and they found about 5 different units that used the same spring, because they found a part number for it. And it was like 5 different ones. So now I asked them how long it was going to take, and like always, same thing when I had the outboard motors repairs, we had to have a minimum of $100 order to get free shipping. And these three little guys today gave me a scare all day because I went out to feed them this morning and they were nowhere to be found. I seen them at this time of night last night. It's about 9:30 right now. I seen them down in that field down there grazing, and I came out here at 10 o'clock this morning to feed them, him and the two heifers. And they were nowhere to be found. I walked the whole property, down the property line, through the bush. That's why you see videos on here how I show you how these guys have eaten all the bush out. And I was certain that that guy across the road had shot them because he threatened that he's going to shoot my cattle if I don't get rid of them. He's a Looney Tune. And he's the same guy that last spring chased my cattle down the driveway, hitting them with a snowplow in his truck. Mr. Whitlock. Yes, Mr. Whitlock, and I had to call the police on him. And the neighbor next door seen him doing it too, so. But they just came home here about an hour ago. These guys were already in their pen here, and he was coming across the bulldoze garage pad there, this side of the hydro line. You can see him from the kitchen window. And then when I come outside to get them their feed, these two girls were already out here. So, but in my walk today, the far what am I going to say, southwest corner of the property, I guess a deer ran through the fence because on the corner post I have a big piece of 1-inch PEX water pipe that I drill just a 1/8 hole through, and I put a piece of the electric wire through it, and I set it back about 1 inch from the ends, and then I tie the wire through it just like this. See, that's 1-inch PEX pipe, and I just drill it, and the wire had been torn right through it. And I know it's not my cattle didn't do that. It was a deer ran through it, or a moose. So I was worried sick all day long. I walked these hydro lines. I drove the roads, everything today. I couldn't find them anywhere. And then an hour or so ago, they come wandering in. They were probably here first thing this morning at daylight, and I wasn't feeling good, so I didn't get out here till about 10:30. And they were nowhere to be seen, and usually they're waiting for their grain in the morning. Okay, that's it, folks. Have a great day, and I just want to correct the date. It is Thursday, June the 20th. Not the 17th, like I said earlier. Yeah, Thursday, June the 20th. And I finally mounted that LED light up there. It's been kicking around on the ground down here on that stump all winter. Yeah. But anyway, take care, guys.